Oh, come on. God damn it. What? Oh my god. Terrible. Terrible. Ah. Running and dashing is actually an anti-pattern with those, because it ends up shooting you too far in. Wait, I have a heal left. Haha! Come here, idiot! I'm arrogant. I'm drunk on my own arrogance. I can do it. Yes! Woo! Alright, I just wanted to let that clip run. Okay, so... Oh, what's going on here? Hold on. Oh, Mords, you give me the rundown of the story because I barely know what's going on. I appreciate that. I will read that in just a second. You were doing the Lord's work, though. Thank you. Okay, so that's running. Close that. Excellent. Party time. Squidly. Refresh that. Refresh this. Slide that up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so Gen thinks that he's literally creating the worlds in his books, making him a god. Asterisk believes that he's just linking to worlds that already exist, hence the linking books. 30 years ago, they fought about this, and Atreus, whatever, and his girlfriend Catherine burned all of Gen's books, trapping him on Riven. However, Catherine also made changes to the Riven descriptive book that, combined with Gen's bad writing, created a literal rift in the age because of its inconsistency. Combined with the planet's instability, the star expanse is threatening to rip the world apart. Huh. Okay. So wait, hang on. So is he creating worlds, or is he linking to worlds? And if he's linking to worlds, how is messing with the book actually affecting the world? Right? Like, I guess my question is, like, if it's just portals, how is rewriting the book causing the world to get goofed? Plus, you did experiments with the 232 and 222 and like the other worlds, and they kind of fell apart. So that's, I don't know, it's weird. That's a big mystery of the series. I mean, fair enough, Pokemon Freak, fair enough. During his exile, Gen has been trying to reverse engineer book technology that he barely remembers from when he was a boy. He finally manages to power the books using fire marbles. Okay, all right. I guess if the book is just a portal, but you write the portal badly, there's memory leaks where memory is the void. I guess that's a plausible way to kind of go with that if they are portals. Yeah, basically, yeah, okay. So the worlds already exist, but them attempting to go there is causing the nether to spill out because they're not making good pipes to connect the various worlds. Also, if it's just linking, then again, just link to an already doomed world. That's also possible, yeah. Like that is one thing to kind of figure out. Well, what are the odds that he links to a gajillion worlds and they're all bad except for the last one he got? Like, I don't know what the odds are of that. That seems unlikely. In principle, an infinite multiverse, there could be a world that is just on the brink of collapsing like this one. Yes. Oh, right, because it's not the same worlds, right? It is parallel universes. Right? I believe, Moritz, you kind of explained that. It's like where Mist exists in a multiverse kind of situation. So we're not just planet hopping. We are skipping reality lines. I don't know what the term would be for that. Am I gonna have to read the Mist books? Is that something I'm gonna do to myself? I tried to read one, and it was very bad. Like, or how about this? I could not appreciate it fully. So much so that I left that book out in the rain, and then I didn't feel bad about it. I remember the book was very cool though, because it was one of those ragged edge books, and I really like that. There's probably a version of Riven out there that's literally just tearing itself apart. You'll have noticed that there's a lot of lava around Riven, and the tears in the ocean. Yes, I had noticed that. But I guess there's also a version of Riven that isn't. Right? The same possibility is there. Oh, my nose is so itchy today. Allergies have been bad the last couple days. Oh. And it's just not good enough to find it, right? So Riven is already geologically unstable. It also got a negative space wedgie. Right. Okay. So yeah, the planet wasn't great to begin with, and then they brute forced their way into the world, which caused a space leak, I guess, or a negative space leak. Okay, fair enough. Can I ask a question? I don't know if this will be explained, which is why I'm asking. And if it's going to be explained, you don't have to tell me. Within the Pocket Universe that we can use to fast travel to the other islands, there was an orb thingy kind of scooting around in there. Is that explained, or is that just set dressing? Because, I mean, it was very much there, but like, I don't know, it didn't do anything. Just kind of scooted around. That was the little black spot you saw on the jungle island. Oh, okay. So that's a tear. Now I'm referencing reboot. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I did see that it had been encased. Okay, I'm gonna hit play so we can get things started here. Switch over to business mode. Okay, continue. So we're on... What the hell world is it? Was it Fae? That's very loud. Holy moly. Something with an F. Hold on. Save. Tay. Not with an F. F sort of shaped, but no. God. Why? You know, you could just build this stable structure across the way. You didn't have to use an old plank. Like, it didn't have to be that way. Meanwhile, the native Rivenese are also torn. Those people actively rebel against Gen, and those who are still under his thumb. I was wondering, are there a lot of people in the Riven village? Because I only saw one. It's kind of a linear progression here. Why are you so sad? Why are you so sad? Is it because they just gave you fruit? Is it because of the fruit? One of them glows. That's gotta be worth something. Also, the moiety, aka the Rivenese on Tay, don't really understand what happened with Catherine and Atris, and they kind of think Catherine is a messiah. Yes. I mean, in theory, I guess she could be. Right? Like, if she showed up to help them, and all, like, it's possible. If they have Oracle text and stuff. I mean, we can jump multiverses. There's no reason to believe that shit like that can't also be true. Whoop. Well, goodbye. Is there anything up there I cared about? Stairs. I'm gonna go back up. I'm gonna go back up. God damn it. Alright. This is explained more in the journal you picked up at the end of the last game. Oh, right! I have more journal. Okay, buckle up, everyone. We have to read 800 things. Okay, hold on. Let's just... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 6, 7, 28, 9, 30. 34 pages. Okay. And then... This game really has confidence in you to understand things you're not explicitly told. Oh, that's the game's fault. Oh, okay, so that's the trap book. Okay. Okay. I guess hold on to your butts. I gotta read 34 pages. I write quickly. No, you don't. From my prison. Along with this journal, I have instructed Neil to return the book that the moiety intercepted upon your arrival. After questioning her, I've concluded that it was written by Atris for a very specific purpose. Gen will wish to use it, though he will undoubtedly be suspicious. Once he's out of the way, you still need the combination to release me. I am told that he keeps it somewhere in his outpost on 233. Then, I assume we're to signal Atris. I think I know how it might be done, but don't attempt it before I am released. Okay, so it sounds like there's some WinCon stuff going on here, because we can probably do that without releasing her. So, remember, my understanding comes from 25 years of playing this. I mean, I'm glad you have it more. It's... Okay. It has been 1 week since I linked to Riven, and I'm still reeling from the changes I've witnessed. Even before my eyes could adjust, the smell of my homeland embraced me. The sweet salt air was instantly familiar, but the scene that soon resolved was not. As I stood there, struggling to make sense of what I was seeing, a violent clang sounded, and bars appeared before me. It was then that I must have been darted, for my memory after is cloudy. A Rivenese man, shabbily dressed in militaristic attire, was shouting something at me. He seemed to be attempting to speak Denis, but his grasp of the language was so poor that I could not make out his words. And then the world went dark. Wait, whose book is this? Many voices passed, until at last I awoke to a familiar face, Etty. After all this time, she's still as warm and kind as ever, and yet the years have clearly wounded her, as they've wounded everyone whose world became a prison when Gen was trapped here. Everything is tinged with pain and loss, even Etty's bright smile, though she does her best to hide it. This is What's-Her-Face's journal, then. This is Catherine's journal. A desperate urgency, squelched by unuttered fears, seethes beneath the cordial veneer. When Atris and I left Gen here all those years ago, I was haunted by the visions of what had become of my people, and how they might have come to suffer under his rule. But the injustices I imagined were nothing compared to the atrocities that have actually come to pass. The following is a chronicle of what I have learned, a record of all that has happened, should I no longer be able to tell it. The moiety. It seems the confrontation that led to Gen's entrapment on Riven was witnessed by some of the Rivenese, but their interpretation of the event was skewed, no doubt due to Gen's overinflated view of himself. Atris and I had hoped that stripping him of his ability to link to other worlds might lead people to conclude that his claims of godhood were false. But it appears the opposite has come to pass. If Gen was a god, and we had vanquished him, then we must be greater than gods. It was thus assumed that my absence was only temporary and that I would surely return one day to set the world right again. Thus, the moiety, the name they adopted after Gen's disparaging use of the term, were born, sworn enemies of Gen and devotees of me. I had no inkling of this misconception about myself until 2 days ago, though in hindsight it makes perfect sense, given the way I've been treated. For their part, they naturally assumed an omniscient deity might be well aware of their own divine status, so there's no need to inform me. I only finally pieced it together during a recent underground gathering where they reenacted their version of the story of my life, a riveting tale that culminated with a confrontation between Usher's, myself, and again at the edge of the fissure. The events had been exaggerated to such grandiose proportions that I found it hard at times to suppress my laughter. And yet, this myth has also given them the courage to stand against Gen, and the hope that they might someday be delivered from the relentless inhumanities of his authoritarian rule. Even so, the fact that I am the one who has been cast as their savior, a omnipotent being, are you omniscient or omnipotent? Who would one day return to Riven, overthrow Gen, and lead them to a new paradise, is deeply unsettling. I would do anything to free my people from this hellish existence, but I am not who they think I am. How, though, can I dissuade them from their notion without crushing their hopes? Also, as Gen's power grew, so did the moiety. And in order to evade his persecution, for he would wipe them all out in an instant if he could, they had become more and more adept at concealing themselves. They make use of a network of caves that so far he has failed to discover, but I fear it is only a matter of time before they're found out. Okay, 3 Bella must be lit. Secret passage into the rebel linking room. Okay. This seems important. Further jeopardizing their existence is the fact that the moiety absolutely refuse to sever their ties with those who have sided with Gen. The two factions thus live together in surprising harmony, their overarching sense of cultural unity appearing to outweigh the schism, at least for now. I heard today that Father and Enant were inducted into Gen's labor force. I so longed to see them, but a dimness shrouded Etty's face so abruptly when I asked of them that it left me hesitant to press the matter further. I must know the truth eventually, but I fear the news will not be good. From the moment of their inception, the moiety have sought to disrupt Gen's plans at every turn, sabotaging his constructions, stealing from his precious stockpiles, and keeping an ever-watchful eye on his every move. They shroud themselves with dark coverings and delight in the fact that their enemies are often frightened by their wraith-like appearance and their almost preternatural, that weird word, preternatural ability to wreak havoc without detection on consequence. It was in the course of one of these forays that I was fortuitously rescued when I first linked Riven. I shudder to think what might have become of me had the scout not been there to intervene. Gen will certainly be hunting for me now, no doubt furious at his guard's failure to detain me. He must be even angrier, though, at the loss of the linking book he surely assumes I brought with me. That I was deceived into linking into Riven without a way back is a bitter yet fortunate fact, for it may well have meant the death of us all, had a path back to Denis fallen into his destructive hands. When he finally discovers that I came here empty-handed, he'll be angrier still. This is some consolation, at least. I've glimpsed the final breath of a dying age. A tiny blade cuts the void, the white hole divided. Again and again, dipped in black, the nib drips red, the art of genocide. Today I ventured above ground to see for myself what has become of the island. I hoped it wouldn't be as bad as the moiety had reported. It was worse. Having lived with it for so long, the Rivenese have become inured to the steady decay around them, but I was devastated. As we wound our way through the underbrush, I found myself once again breathing in my youth. The ocean air transporting me back in a matter of seconds. But as my eyes again took hold, the warmth of those memories vanished, and I was left with nothing but numbness. We had reached a bluff that had not been there before the last time I visited my home. Riven, which was once one island, has split into 5 distinct pieces that have since drifted apart at an astounding rate. 4 of these have been claimed by Gen as his exclusive domain. Only those who have sworn their loyalty to him are even allowed access to them. From my vantage point at the edge of the trees, I could see 3 of them now blighted with Gen's monomaniacal constructions. These islands are closely guarded and pose great personal risk to the moiety. though that hasn't kept them from doing whatever they can to thwart Gen's endeavors here. He's a good guy. All good guys do a genocide, right? Isn't that how that works? The fourth island I could not see, as it crept away to some distance and now lies concealed by fog. The moiety said that Gen originally governed from this small island, living and working in a protected space he built for himself atop the stump that remains where the great tree used to stand. The only surviving forest is located here, on the largest island, where the village also remains. This island was ostensibly intended to be the province of the people, but it too has been irrevocably marred by Gen's oppressive intrusions. Words fall, brittle brown leaves, masquerading as green, should never have held lives both bloomed and as yet unseeded. I felt nothing today. I am an outcast among outcasts, the diaspora of a dying world. Despite my repeated protestations, the moiety continue to treat me differently. Their desperate need, precluding any dissuasion from the belief that I am some sort of messiah, come to save them. They misconstrue my every move as a validation of their faith, whispering of how I walked the island, bold and unafraid, mistaking my outrage at the island's devastation for bravery. But I am afraid, for I know something that the moiety do not: the underlying reason for the island's accelerated decay. Gen wrote this world, and so it will fail, as all of Gen's ages ultimately fail. I must make the moiety understand this, but I cannot talk to Eddie. There were brief moments soon after my arrival where my divine status was forgotten and was simply Catherine again. Oh, okay, interesting. So her originally was Catherine, but she goes by Catherine elsewhere. Interesting. But they're almost non-existent now. There's one person, however, who seems immune to the fallacious notions. Neela. Her gaze has never faltered when I've dared hint at the uncomfortable truth. I feel I could trust her to bear the full brunt of it. Gen is making books. How did I not know this until now? Atris and I knew he would likely attempt it, as he had adopted the paranoid practice of writing all of the necessary materials into his ages. He's been exploiting the natural resources and the people of Riven as fodder for his mad pursuit to further his colonialist ideals. Thankfully, it sounds as if he's not yet succeeded. As painful as it's been, the fact that I've returned to Riven at this crucial juncture is fortuitous. The age is crumbling, my people are suffering, and if Gen succeeds in securing his freedom, other worlds will suffer the same. The moiety are looking to me. I may only be mortal, but I do have to do something. Yeah, that's that machine. It's been a long time since my last entry. There is much to tell. Oh, I know. We've still got like 15 pages. It was hard to recognize, but I found the Star Fissure. It was located on what Gen refers to as his Temple Island, though the moiety preferred to use the Rivenese word Aleppo, which means water pool. They've thus taken to referring to the void itself as Altavan, or Pool of Stars. It is the very fissure that allowed Atris and me to escape this age without leaving a linking book behind us, though it has since been sealed with a skin of heavy iron. Several derelict devices from that time remain mounted to its surface, including a hatch with a windowed viewport, a large telescope, and a mechanical lift that was used to install it, the combination to which was acquired by the moiety long ago. Ah, you assholes. Okay, fine. In the early days, changes the game to just chatting non-offensively. Listen, it's not my fault this game has 4 books of expose, and they're all like 50 goddamn pages. But by God, we're gonna hear this story. In the early days, the moiety briefly considered reopening the fissure. Thankfully, they decided against it. Had they attempted it back then, the results might well have been catastrophic. Were they to do so today, it would certainly mean the end of Riven. I am told that the days immediately following Gen's confinement on Riven, he attempted to determine the feasibility of navigating the stars beneath the fissure, for he had seen the mist book fall from Atra's hands into the very same space. To this end, he sacrificed several poor souls, alleged transgressors of the law, by throwing them into the hatch so he could observe their fate. It is said that they did not die, but what becomes of them remains a mystery. And that original fissure is no longer alone. New ruptures have appeared in recent years at various locations around the islands. In some instances, the moiety were able to glimpse the breaches before again his minions moved in to contain them. Their descriptions support my suspicion that the forces that are tearing Riven apart are more than merely geological. More troubling, however, is that Gen is not simply containing these rifts, but is somehow using them to travel between the islands, and that he has also reportedly devised a way to harvest the energies from the expanse for some as yet unknown purpose. How like him, to wantonly exploit for use of his own selfish gain, that which he does not understand. The star field beneath the fissure is not as it seems. It is a gentle space, as hospitable to life as a flowing river. That is how Utris described his brief time within the expanse before he linked out, leaving his mist book adrift within it. He was never able to conclude upon its nature, but I cannot help but feel that there must be some greater phenomena behind it. Something I should have mentioned earlier. One of the colossal blades that appeared in the course of our own escape from Riven, the great dagger that stands at the end of the fissure, has been adopted by the moiety as the emblem of their struggle. They have their own explanation as to how it came to be, of course, but their choice is more apt than they know, as that dagger, along with the other blades, was a manifestation of my rage at the desecration that Gen had already brought upon the world. I hadn't told the moiety that I wrote it into this age, as I fear that it would only fuel their overestimation of me, but I can't deny it pleases me to have inadvertently provided them such a fitting symbol for their cause. The Mistbook is the one you find at the start of Mist, by the way. Right. At least there's pictures. Yeah, there are some pictures to answer. That's true. My limited encounters with Gen's followers have been discouraging. Whenever I've attempted to engage them, they fled from me. I've heard an interesting tale from the moiety last night, which may help to explain this. Soon after we trapped Gen on Riven, he claimed that it was he who had been responsible for the Great Blades summoning them, then as a preemptively punitive reminder of the obedience he expected. In the village circles, it is told that the act marked the beginning of a period of restitution, at the end of which, provided they had proven their devotion to him, they would be delivered unto a new and better existence. I will continue my attempts to intervene on their behalf. The cage has finally failed. Gen is free. My sources have confirmed that Gen has managed to create a functional linking book. In fact, he has done so. He had had done so before my arrival, but kept this accomplishment so well hidden that only his closest acolytes were aware of it. In keeping with his callous regard for the world he creates, he has simply named this age 233. It is not yet known whether he has written others. I have also just learned that years ago, a moiety scout managed to steal a book that was an early failure that Gen had intended to destroy. It was largely complete, but didn't work. I wasn't told about it until now because they thought it was useless. Gen struggled for decades, but he could never get a conventional linking book to work. Then one day, he began construction on a cumbersome mechanical solution, a complex array of devices designed to harness the energies of the starry expanse and use them to suppress his book's inherent flaws. The design phase was chaotic and often dangerous. The moiety tell of tremendous explosions as Gen sought to contain and wield forces that he knew little or nothing about. Okay, one other thing. Catherine knows the art of writing from Gen, not actress. He saw Catherine's intelligence and potential and wanted to take her as a bride. Gross. Her writing is also in canon, confounding to actress and Gen, because she can create links to ages that should not be stable but are. Oh, okay, so she's kind of like a savant. Like she can succeed where Gen Gen fails, but can't explain why. Riven in gameplay. Hi T3. Listen, the game gave me a book. I'm reading the book. I'm sorry. That was good, T3. That might be one of the best puns you've done. But he is nothing if not determined, and eventually he was able to use his enormous crutch to link to another age. I can't deny his brilliance, but it is an abominable solution, brutish and overwrought, and all but entirely unnecessary. I've studied the potentially burned book from the moiety took from him. Although he sought retribution for the affront, he appears to have been otherwise untroubled by their theft, no doubt assuming the book would be useless in the moiety's hands. But I can see what they cannot. The book may yet be salvageable. The age of the book describes is wholly unsuitable as a home for the moiety, but I think it can be modified. I will dream. You've done better? I don't know. That one, I didn't hate that one. Savant is a great way to explain Catherine. Okay. Yeah, so like, she got explained it and her brain kind of clicked on how it could be done. But like, can't explain it. She can just do it. There should be a Cole's Notes version. I've nearly finished writing the moiety's age. The world, as described, is harsher and more desolate than the one they're used to, but they should be able to sustain themselves there. But we'll need a second book. Gen's been spending most of his time on 233 lately, so the danger is less, but getting into his lab will still be difficult. The coming collapse weighs in the air, blurring my vision both day and night. We must act soon. Success! We have secured a second book, though I worry now that Gen will miss it and deduce our plans before we're ready. The descriptive book I've prepared as a refuge for the rebels is useless unless I can find a way to connect it or correct its inherent flaws. Gen's massive machine mainly functions to manipulate the energies within the expanse. It serves its purpose, but its excess seems unwarranted. The Rivenes have long used crystalline substrates as an elegant means to manipulate light. If I could just find the right material. Last night's dreams have delivered me a perilous plan. I'll write this substance into the new moiety age. I mean, that's actually kind of brilliant. She gets inspired by your dreams a lot. Her ages are described as dreamlike a lot. You visit one in Mist 4 and it's basically magic. Wait. Hang on. Are there more Mist games? I just thought there was 2. Are there more? I thought there was Mist and Riven. Those are the only 2 I knew about. There's at least 5? Oh, shit. Alright. 4 mainline games. Oi. Well, shows what I know. If we could temporarily access Gen's apparatus, we could use our book to link to this new age and search for the crystal. Someone would then have to carry the book back to safety once the link was made. If it fell into Gen's hands, all would be lost. When Gen links to 233, one of his acolytes always remains to shut down the device. We'll have to get to him before we can do so, which means we'll only have one chance before they're alerted to our presence. And, you must have missed then. Boo, Dancer, boo. An MMO in a game they call Mist 5 is actually sequel to the MMO. Oh. Huh. Wait, there's an MMO of Mist? How does that even work? Everything is ready. I've written the material into the new age, and I have prepared the second linking book as a return path to Riven. Of course, it too suffers the same deficiencies as all Gen's books, so it won't work unless it's augmented. Once I'm in the new age, I'll have to locate the crystal and adapt it to heal the gateway image, which should render the book functional. I can then use the second linking book to return to Riven with more of this material. It's risky, but if all goes well, the moiety, and any others we can convince to join them, will finally have an escape. I can't help but laugh at the absurdity of this plan. I sound like Atris. Should I fail to return, it will likely mean the end of my life, but my only real fear is for my people. Everyone assures me that they have complete faith that I will accomplish my task and lead them to a better world. That's the fulfillment of the prophecy, after all. Whoops. Shit. Please remember where I was. Please remember where I was. Oh, thank God. But underneath, they are just as tense and fearful as I am. What will become of them if I do not return? Will they perish here on Riven? Or attempt to follow me through this new book to an unknown fate? I don't know what to tell them. Mist 3 is a classic and Mist 4 is flawed, but has a lot of good stuff. Huh. You can make that joke 3 more times before we're done. You might be able to answer. Against the odds, it's done. Ooh, 2 exclamation points. We have already evacuated most of our members to this new age, which the moiety have named Tay. The world is more beautiful than I anticipated, so I am pleased. The Rivenese have been liberated at least. They stand beneath an open sky, unafraid, dazzled by their freedom. They are happy. There's still much to be done. Data is still vulnerable. The only way to completely protect it from Gen is to destroy the books once everyone is safely in Tay. I'm hesitant to bring this up with the moiety until they've had a chance to acclimate themselves to their new world, as it would mean they would be forever exiled from the only home they've ever known. Now, nor am I eager to sever my own connection and my only path back to my life and family on Mist. But for the greater good, it must be done. For the moment, we're safe. But once our activities... Oh, sorry. But our activities could arouse Gen's suspicions at any moment. Cannot delay. I will return to Riven tomorrow to resume my attempts to persuade the remaining holdouts to join the others in Tay. For now, though, I must rest. Holy fuck. Okay. Okay, so that's how we get back. Gotcha. How do I make this elevator go back up? Does it matter? Is there anything to do? I see stairs. Wait, why do those stairs just fucking end? Why is this built this way? Finally goes back to reading his own book. Okay. All right, so what the fuck am I doing? So this lets me go back, right? So what's on what's our to-do list now? Hold on. We're gonna go like this, so I can go into here. So I can have a notebook real quick. Okay. So, what are the things we actually have to do? We have to go to... Yeah, we have to go 233, get code. To free Catherine. Right? We have to trap Ken with trap book. We have to convince him to use the trap book. Then signal interest and is it trap Gen first? Okay. So is this all that's left for us to do? Am I missing anything? My brain's kind of mush. I just read 34 pages of dialogue. I think that's all the things. Extreme lore action. Yeah. What does this do? Hello? Oh, wait, hold on. Where the fuck does this go? Hello? No, let me in. Let me out. Oh. Is there a way back in? Can I open that back up? I have to turn my lights down a tiny bit. Ugh. I hope there's a way to open that back up. Oh, there absolutely is a way. I have the answer in my book. There's Hold on. Where the fuck are you? That's the one. So that's the pathway right there. Cool. Thank you for that. So the one on the left, second on the right, and the one behind. So one on the left, second on the right, then the last one is this guy. Hot diggity, I got an achievement for that too. Okay, cool. So, what am I doing now? I have to go back to 233. And the best way to do that is this way. So these giant swords that I've been seeing around, Catherine put those in. Just as a fun little spruce them up. I'm not down there. It's this way, I think. Go. There we go. Whee! Sin! How you doing? Hello, welcome. You're here to witness possibly the finale of Riven. If I'm smart enough. Cien. Why did I say Sin? I was thinking of... Hello, Cien. I don't know why it came out as Sin. I'm sorry. You're jacked? I mean, it's good to have goals. Okay, am I gonna get to... Oh, thank God. Okay, into 233. Fear me, spirit. Nom nom nom, Kilika. How's it going, Cian? Okay. Hey, man, I'm back. I got a book for you. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why are you there smiling?
I was greatly relieved when I received word that you had recovered the book. I don't quite know how you managed it, but if I may.
Yeah, man, go for it.
Thank you.
All yours. Now you want to play Blitzball? Why, Dancer? Blitzball's awful. I will die on that hill. Blitzball is a terrible game they forced you to play way too much of. Oh boy. I love that we just get to sit here while he peruses a book. You're a gluten for punishment? And sometimes gluten is a punishment itself. Touch the book. Touch it. Touch it. Stick your dick in it. No? Fuck.
Perhaps it would be best if you went through first.
As if it's gluten-free beer, knowingly.
You may need some time to decide. That is reasonable. Please understand, there is nothing I want more than a chance to resolve matters between Atris and myself, especially in light of what has become of Catherine. But unless you are willing to demonstrate to me that your intentions are honorable, I cannot risk it. The sanctuary I've been writing for the island...
Sorry, you gone and done the dumbest thing in your life? What's that,
all
Morts?
these years, it would be a shame if I were unable to finish it. The work I am doing is quite demanding. Please don't signal me unless you've decided to use the book.
But the book is a book. It's a trap. I can't use the book. Right? If I use the book, I'm hooped. I remember reading an old PS2 manual about walkthroughs of games. I instantly recognized the sphere when this re-released. I still find it confusing and uninteresting, but beautiful. I mean, it's a puzzle game. Either you dig them or you don't. This one is a lot more... I don't want to use the word frustrating. Clunky is, I think, the word I would use. In some regards. And it is somewhat a product of its time. But it's not a bad game. It's just, so tedious, yeah. Quite frankly, I would say traversal is probably the worst part about not just this game, but the Myst games kind of in general are very... To get from point A to point B is a pain in the ass. Not that it's necessarily difficult, it's just a lot of work. The issue with the design of this game is that it requires you to solve the puzzles by thinking of the game as if it were real life, which flies in the face of conventional game design. I mean, I do get that. Like, the idea of having to go to place, get information, and then later on, you find out, oh, that was that thing I looked at, and then maybe I have to write it down because I didn't think it was key detail or some shit.
That's illegal.
Hello. Thank you. Hmm? Thank you. Love you. Mother brought me Fire Bar. These are delicious. Highly recommend. But like, I guess I am somewhat spoiled that like many puzzle games now have like fast travel mechanics and stuff, like stuff to make traversal easier so that you can get to the puzzles. Whereas this game, the travel is part of it. Anyways, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Because he won't talk to me unless I'm willing to go into the puzzle book, right? Or into the trap book. I can't go into the trap book, or else I'm hooped. But I need to get out of this fucking cage in order to get the code to free her ass, Catherine. Why can't you go into the trap book? Because I can't get back out. Right? The trap book is one way, is it not? Unless I vastly misunderstood the word trap book. Is it? Do you not remember Myst? Not really, no. No. But didn't we design that book that he's now holding specifically for him to go into and get stuck? Like, wasn't that the point of the book? Have I missed an obvious detail? I mean, I've missed obvious details throughout this whole fucking game, like, let's be honest. Yes, that's the purpose of the book, okay. All the traps you see on the internet have looked nothing like this. Fair enough. I have missed a detail? Okay. I don't remember Pokemon Freak. I think they wanted to get out of their books, right? Because they were... Correct. Okay. The passage in Atreus' journal with the trap book is bracketed in red. Hold on. Alright, let's have a look. Whoop. Okay. The procedure is actually quite simple. By altering key lines of text but slightly, a normal link book connection can be partially severed, such that anyone who attempts to use the book will be permanently trapped in the dark void of the link, unless someone else then uses the book, at which point that person becomes trapped, and the first person... Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, I just completely fucking forgot that. Okay, let's do this again. Bright red. I read that passage hours ago in game, days ago in real life, and there was like 700 pages and I forgot, okay? The way I released them was finding all their pages. Oh, we get stuck in the book. Oh. Those were trap books. Okay. This is why you need to take notes in this game. You know, I can't defend myself. It was too many words. My brain just wasn't going to do it. Okay. But now we're here, which sucks. God forbid it put me back on Riven Island. Where's Orb? Orb's this way. That's why I did the dumbest thing. Oh, because now I have to redo all this. I have to hike my ass all the way back here. To get the others, you have to do that 3 times? No. No, surely not 3 whole times. Oh god, what was this one? Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me consult the book. Where do I want to go? What actually makes more sense? I guess just back to the main island? Then I have to fuck with the doors again. Ugh. Okay. We are in Boiler. Okay. Wow. Okay, so he murders you after you don't use the book 3 times. And that's the achievement? That is such a bummer. Now, I'm just going to ask the question for people here in chat. Do we want to see that ending? Is that an ending people want to see? I will do the hike. I will put in the effort if that's something people want to see. Otherwise, we will continue on with the rest of the story. I'm going to leave an achievement behind. I'm pretty sure I've already left a couple. Yeah, I've missed one. Oh, wait, hold on. Which one I missed? There's the ponder the orb for 15 minutes, which I haven't done. If there's another one? Is there another achievement I've missed? It's certainly possible. Oh, by not immediately... Well, okay, hold on. That kind of means that you're kind of stuck in either way, right? You either have to use it immediately or refuse. So I guess what I could do... I can't save in here. When I can save, I'll put a save down, and I could go back and do that on my own time. I don't need to subject everyone to me just doing that to get the achievement. There's like 3 achievements for endings. I mean, yeah, I guess there's getting shot like an idiot is one. One for doing what you're supposed to do, and then one for probably doing what you're supposed to do, but not quite, which I presume is not freeing Catherine before and doing whatever. Right? Did I get it right? I feel like I got it right. Because not freeing Catherine seems like an extremely skippable step. Also, using the trap look like a chump. Oh, wait, so like going in it twice? Why do I keep doing this one thinking it's the button? It's not the button. Oh, just like starting the game, getting the book, and then hopping into it like a ding-dong. Hmm. You know what? I will put a save here, though. Okay, so, do people want to see the bad ending? A bad ending. Do people want to see me get shot by... again? I guess is the question. Actually, save, replace that one. Yeah. Okay, I'm going back in, people. What do we want to do? Do we want to see me get shot? If I'm willing to do it, then do it. Yeah, I'm willing to do it. Hello.
I'm relieved you've returned.
Mm-hmm.
I thought perhaps you had decided against it.
Cool hovering goggles you had there, man.
Here, I shall follow you directly. Please. You're free to go. But I think you should not come back unless you're willing to use the book.
Oh, yeah? Or what? You gonna shoot me? God, do I have to wait for him to leave? Can I just touch this book? Oh my god, I gotta wait for him to leave. What are we, fucking pea shy here? Wrangle his neck? Just grab him by the scruff and just clang. Okay. Alright, everybody, we're gonna get shot by the megalomaniac, and then we'll actually go forth with the game. How do I like this game? Whoops. I just unplugged my headphones. I have some, I guess, mixed feelings about it. The megalomaniac, yeah. The sexual tension is crazy. Oh, Dancer. And plus, I'm glad I'm actually playing through a game that absolutely, categorically thwarted me as a child. And honestly, it is a very beautiful remake. I think they could have probably spent a bit more time with the models, because they do look like glossy plasticine people. But, in fact, I'll go a step further. I wish they had just recast people to FMV in this game. Because I fucking love FMV, and I will not apologize for that. People models has always been an issue. It's true, yeah. I think the puzzles themselves are complex, and I have been stumped a couple times. Not to say that I couldn't eventually have figured it out, but like it is good. It is not the most approachable puzzle game. I've played a bunch on stream. This one was originally made in the 90s, and you can feel that at times. It's a little more esoteric than you might want. That all being said, I am enjoying my time with it. They didn't want to recast Gen because John Keeson nailed the part. I mean, that is fair. That is, I mean, that's a decision to be made. So if you're going to go with rendered models or whatever, that's fine. I think they could have spent some more time on them. That is where I would kind of sit with it. It's like, I get not wanting to recast and reusing the audio bits, and that's all totally cool. I just wish, like, because honestly, a lot of this game looks really good. Like, the textures and like, all this looks great. And then you have the people models that look unfinished in a way, you know? You barely like puzzle games. Certainly Hotel Dusk are exceptions. Man, I never beat Hotel Dusk. I mean, I'm not happy about that. That was a really good game. Revisit, it's so good. I don't even... How do I play that game at this point? Someone tell me how to play Hotel Dusk. You can tell you? I mean, yes, there's emulation. Oh man, Ghost Trick is so fucking good. Oh my god, Pokemon Freak. Oh my god. Ghost Trick is so goddamn good. So goddamn good. CN, feel free to, like, direct me on how to actually do that. Through Discord or something like that. I would love to actually play through that game again. Anyways, all that being said, I'm enjoying my time with Riven. I am, and I'm once again, hey, thanks Terminals.io for giving me the opportunity to do this. But this is not a perfect game. You know, well, no game is, obviously, but, like, you can still see the rough patches for this game that existed back when it was originally made. They've smoothed over some of them, but other ones still exist, and that's just how it is, and it is what it is. So, okay, don't pull the lever. Press the button. Riven is, in my opinion, the best of this type of game. I'm going to sound like a spoiled brat when I say this. If they had retrofitted this game to have quick travel that wasn't going through the orb, I would have a much higher opinion of it. The traversal in this game, I know it's intentional, but it is frustrating. No, I have not played Abduction. this type of game is inherently frustrating. Like, yeah, I know. Like, I like solving puzzles. I hate having to walk everywhere repeatedly and arduously. And again, I get it's intentional, but it's still a bug for me, you know. OG Riven had a zip mode. That because it's all 3D, you don't have that option. Bullshit. They could have given me fast travel. That's not a good answer. They could have done a fast travel. I refuse to believe that because it's in 3D, I was out of luck. I refuse. Bull hockey, I tell you. And yes, Ian, Mass Effect still actually looks really good. Now, admittedly, that's the Legendary Edition, so obviously... Wait, OG Riven has had a zip mode that because it's full 3D, you don't have that option. Hold on, so you're saying... hold on, unless I'm misunderstanding. Because this game is 3D, I don't get the zip mode? Oh... I'm sorry, I misunderstood your statement. I thought you were saying the original game had one, but because this one is full 3D... Oh yeah, no, okay, so they couldn't implement what they had. Fine. I'm sure they could have done something. Hell, a menu that had a list of places to just put you in, you know? I don't know. The domes were supposed to be the fast travel. I mean, I guess by definition it is faster. So fine. I feel a lot of the design choices related on the sacrificial altar of VR, perhaps. All right, let's get harpooned. I think we're gonna get harpooned. But yes, Ian, Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition, I know it got some upscaling and whatever. But yeah, no, it still looks really good.
Once more.
Yes, once more.
The only path open to you now is through this book. Take it.
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 bum bum ba ba bum. Ba 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 oh ba 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 bum. Wait. Did he shoot me?
You see, I have changed. There was a time when I might have let you live. I made that mistake with Atris once. It's a pity you decided not to give me a second chance.
Oh no, he is evil. Who could have known?
There's still time.
Suffer against wrath, and this is where our paths must part. Complete Riven. Apparently I got... Okay. Hey everyone, I did it. I completed Riven. Woo, we did it, everyone. I can't even hit escape. We're gonna have to actually work through this. Okay. Anyways. So how's everyone doing? Or Atris, Catherine, and everyone else? Yeah.
What's wrong, Camera Senpai?
Yeah, Camera Senpai, I understand. Camera Senpai, you're not disappointed in me, though. Hello? There we go. I can't even skip through this. We have to actually go through these credits. This is just additional punishment. So here we are. Just circling way back, Cian, with Professor Layton. I was a huge Professor Layton fan. I played pretty much all of them, but I fell off on the last one. The one with the, I don't know what the daughter of Professor Layton or whatever it is. That one did not capture me at all. I didn't care, which is a real shame. Layton versus Phoenix Wright was very good. I really liked that one. You did this 3 times once. What, they don't let you skip the credits after you've seen it once? No way! Wowzers, Bowsers. Okay, well, you know what? Now we're gonna go for the good ending, whatever that is. I assume it's Free Catherine before activating the Sea of Stars. I will do that last one off camera because, yeah, this is rough. Wow, look at all these people. Are these backers? They must be. This must be the backers stack. Ugh. Russell Beauregard. What a good name. Jeff Langtot? Interesting. Wait, hold on. They put theirs in code. That's fun. Okay. And now we load. We go back down to here. This time we will touch the book. Lick 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 the book. 10 points to whoever knows what I'm referencing there. Alright, man. Let me touch a book. I'm gonna touch you the book. So, out of curiosity, I don't know how this game ends, so whatever, but how are there more missed games? Like, this guy's a bad guy, and we're gonna trap him in the book, and then, I don't know, unfuck Riven or whatever. How are there more missed games?
The only path open to you now is through this book.
Touch the book. The continuing ventures of Atris. Money. Fair enough, Dancer. He is pressing X to doubt. The publisher wanted one. And saying sank money and time into the project being a poorly marketed MMO adventure game that was released in 2003. Oh no. Alright, we're here. Where's the book? Can we go outside? Oh, we can go outside. Oh shit, we can go outside. Okay. Why can't I... Can't touch those books. Okay. Little beetle dude. Ooh, big book. Oh, that book's not working. Interesting. Rule 34 Riven. Oops, wrong chat box. Oops. Now go use the book again. Okay, so that turns that on. Okay. What's the lever do? Ah. Seems important. Okay. Whoa, what'd you win? A whale shark. Oh, it's playing music now. Dang. There's 10 endings? For what? This game? How are there 10 endings? Is this important? God, I hope I don't have to know songs. Can we win one of the pretty balls? Sadly, no. The Dragon Balls. Okay, bye, music. Oh, the music followed us. Okay. Okay. Is that Catherine?
Tagamem, san botegan shem. Fasi.
That must be. Why can't I open this? Okay. Do you get another one? Oh, you got the Sea Dutson. Congratulations. Okay. What's this? Ah. Okay. Can I take this with me? No. Okay, hold on. I have to actually write this down. God forbid I take this thing with me now that he is trapped. He's not going to miss it. Okay. Snap, trill, trill, ding, snap. I'm lucky I have the inventory that I do, you brat. Okay, I'm just going to double check my work here. Snap, trill, trill, ding, snap. Okay. Turning on the mods button was a game changer. Oh no, there's another book. Hold on, wait. Okay, I put that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, only 12. Oh, I got an achievement for reading every journal. Imager codes. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna write this down so I don't have to look at this fucking book again. Keta. Father. And Anna. Me. Me. Okay. Imager codes, yeah. Alright. Buckle up, it's time for one more story. I started this latest journal with an astounding news. Catherine has returned to the 5th Age, and though it sets my teeth on it to say it, she has also vanished as quickly as she appeared, stolen from me by the rebels. As my guard tells it, she linked into the Fissure Plateau cage, just as I had surmised, when suddenly he was set upon by a band of rebels who darted him and spirited her away. I suspect the truth of the matter was that he was so dumbfounded at actually witnessing someone link after all this time that he presented an easy target for whichever rebel happened to be nearby. The damnable luck of it. He did get a good enough look at her, though, to verify that it was indeed Catherine. He also claims that he inspected all of her belongings and found no linking book on her person. A fact that I find hard to believe, but if true, makes the question of why she's returned here all the more puzzling. Hiya, Hunter. Welcome back. You're just in time for story time. While I'm sick with frustration at having lost the only quarry that Cage has ever caught, I'm also filled with hope, as she may yet provide me with a way back to Denis. It is true that I have managed, despite overwhelming odds, to break free of the confines of the Fifth Age and resume my mission to save my culture from extinction, but I fear that unless I am able to regain access to the vast resources that lie in this city's ruins, the task of resurrecting that great civilization will be impossible. If Catherine did bring a linking book with her, then I'm halfway there. If not, then she's trapped in the Fifth Age, and I can only assume that my emotionally crippled son will soon be along to rescue her. Either way, it's crucial to my plans that I find her soon. Her presence here now forces me to take the rebels more seriously. I should never have permitted them to survive this long. Okay. Once again, the Great Wark? The Great Chocobo has demonstrated its usefulness to me. The villagers have been difficult to manage in the wake of Catherine's arrival, and their fear of this mystic beast has been all that's kept them in line. Had I known that how truly useful these prodigious creatures would prove to be, I would have captured more of them while the local population was still plentiful. Although, to be sure, if these disturbances continue, my current pets will be in no danger of perishing for lack of nourishment. The search for Catherine continues. I deeply regret my mistake of having ever taught these primitive people anything at all about the books. It seems that with each passing day, I more sorely realized the extent to which they were not ready for that knowledge, not even in the simplified manner in which I presented it to them. Their minds adopted only to the exceptionally minimal tasks, only to the exceptionally menial tasks of the village life, were incapable of comprehending the art in all its complexity, and were thus unable to glean any of the underlying principles that are, ironically, so elegantly simple. It's obvious that so much of the discord that exists between us stems from their failure to grasp the meaning of the information that I gave them. If they'd been able to gain the smallest glimpse of the glorious future I had planned for them, this conflict would not exist. The minds of the children, however, are much more malleable. With proper tutelage, they have developed a more appropriate posture towards culture that has given them their lives. Oh boy. Oh boy. Did you notice that Gen is white and the Rivenese are people of color? Did you notice? Did you get it? I hadn't actually, because I'd only seen one Rivenese person that just looked kind of tan, so I didn't want to jump to any kind of conclusions there. But I guess what you're telling me is that is the case. How can I read that? I mean, it's handwriting, and I'm 39. I had to write like this when I was young. Where am I? Okay. At times they take to it almost as if they had been they had a bit of Dini blood in them. Given the name's inborn limitations, however, I am quite careful that none gain a level of understanding that would permit them to sin against their future the way that Catherine did. How foolish I was to think that she could wield the knowledge responsibly, when it was quite clear that my own son could not. I can't read that. I'm at 1,000 likes. Oh, well, cool. Atreus is still... He remains one of the greatest disappointments of my life. I should never have left him with my mother. By the time I'd returned for him, he had already been poisoned as to all the thoughts of aiding me in my noble mission. Perhaps that was the only way she could soften the fact that she had been responsible for the collapse of the entire civilization. So much destruction, so many great lives lost. The guilt must have been unbearable. She did seem to love my father and our world, but ultimately she was an outsider whose ignorance of the Nini became the catalyst for their demise. If I'm able to rebuild our culture, and in the process correct such weaknesses, then perhaps what she did was ultimately necessary in order that a new and stronger era of prosperity might someday become... This dude's just checking all the boxes, huh? This is all book stuff. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, obviously, he's a colonizer. He is subjugating all of the natives to authoritarian and borderline genocidal rule. He's putting the kids into state schools in order to teach them. And he also has like a glorious future thing going on where he's going to rebuild his civilization. Like, so he's got just like a little sprinkling of Aryan going on there too. Boy, howdy, they're doing a lot with this book, huh? Am I playing games? I mean, at the moment I'm reading. Once I finish reading, I will go back to the game. Holy moly. Okay, I've been increasingly beset by images from the past these last few weeks. As I stood in the schoolroom today, I was reminded of my own childhood. The years I spent in the Bookmakers Guild, father's immense pride, each of my small accomplishments there. He was an important man in the Dini world, but I cannot bear to think of him for long. It is too much. I was too young to see such things. How long? I don't know, as long as this book takes. I have her. Late last night, I received word that Catherine had been apprehended while attempting to persuade some of the villagers to join her. I mean, yeah, this is the last book, I think, because I got an achievement for picking up all the books. So once I'm finished reading this book, it's puzzles until we beat the game. What is reading if not a specialized version of playing? Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the narrative of this game came in the form of 4 books. So if we want to actually have any grasp of what we're doing and why we're doing it, we got to read the books. Okay, so trying to persuade the villagers to join her. I lost a few men in the process, but I would have gladly paid 100 times that number for such a prize. She's been imprisoned in my old office, where I've been attempting to gain some insight as to the reason for her return. I've had to fight the all but constant impulse to put her to the gallows, as she has adopted the most infuriating stance of only answering my questions, when she answers them at all, in her native tongue. Even so, she is a poor liar. I am now certain that her return to Riven was unintentional, and that she brought no linking book with her. As far as her unwillingness to share with me the location of the moiety, we shall see. Without their leader, however, they are once again powerless against me. If Catherine's coming here was indeed an accident, then Archers is bound to come for her. That is a given. The question I must now consider is, how will he attempt it? It's likely that his hesitation is due to, at least in part, to this dilemma. One way or another, though, he'll have to bring a linking book to get back. There is no other way. It's late and I cannot sleep. I've lost so much in my life. My people, my father, my son, and you, my wife, Keta. You are the only true kindness I have ever known. Watching you flicker there in the imager, sometimes wonder if you were real. If I could restore your life with my pen, I would do so in an instant, and leave the rest of the world to their own wretched fate. Damn these savages! I'd be well advised to leave them all in the 5th age and begin again with a clean sheet of paper. A stranger has arrived on Riven, and with a linking book to Denis. And once again, my useless minion was overtaken by rebels. From what little I could decipher of his muddled explanation, it apparently occurred sometime this morning. The cage mechanism has been damaged, but that is no matter. Everything I need is here now. Atreus is certainly behind this, but why would he send someone else in his stead? And with a linking book, no less. Surely he would have guessed that I would be waiting for him. Such recklessness is unlike him. Could it be that he had a change of heart towards me? That after all these years he's finally decided to let his poor old father go? I know all too well where his loyalties lie. He's only after one thing. Perhaps a stranger should find her. For now, I need only to wait and observe. I'm beginning to think it was a mistake to allow the stranger to roam freely about the islands. In their ignorant probing, they attempted to power the damaged drawbridge from the temple, and the entire bridge collapsed. A trivial loss at this point, but I like how they literally wrote this in. But it irks me all the same. Had I not yet managed to free myself from that crumbling age, it would have happened It would have hampered my progress severely, like it hampered mine. But again, it is no matter now. The day will soon come when I will be done with Riven forever. Disconcerting news. Last night, a group of maintainers happened upon a lone rebel scout and were able to engage him long enough to learn of a most implausible device. A crystal window supposedly capable of amending my linking books, much the way that my own remarkable system does, but with only slight advantage. It is small and weighs only a few pounds, making it entirely portable. If this outlandish claim is true, then the artifact in question must be something that Catherine fabricated prior to her capture. No doubt from an explicit Denise schematic she brought with her. If only I'd had access to such a document all these years. Oh yeah, that was the thing on the book. The portent of this revelation is deeply troubling. Some years ago, the rebels managed to abscond with a dysfunctional linking book I'd intended to destroy. The book was never recovered, but once they had sufficiently atoned for this sacrilege, I graciously decided to let the matter slide, thinking that in their inept hands it could do no harm. But if Catherine had indeed empowered them with such a device, the rebels may well have linked to another age. It also means that something is no longer safe. Is this Riven? This cannot stand. A stranger is the key to all of this. Tracking their movements has given me a good idea of where the rebel linking book and the crystal may be hidden. Before I can deal with that, I must secure the linking book back to Denis. Everything hinges upon that. If I could regain access to my arsenal of resources, there I'll happily leave the whole Riven to its own dismal future. And then we've got these. I don't know what these are worded. When did I start the live? Like an hour and a half ago? I can't imagine Riven creating something. It must have been the Denis. Yeah. Okay. So... Oh, hello. There's buttons. Oh, I see. Hold on. So... Hold on. I'm just testing something. Is that one? Okay. So if that's one... Hold on. I have to look at my numbers. 2 and 3. So then these two. Oh my god. Fine. Close up. Am I doing it wrong? Is it these two? Ah. There we go.
Now, my turn. You want to record something so always you will remember.
Why are you so skeezy?
What is English for scramape? Scum from above. Your appearance should have inspired us to a better future. What does it mean for us
Wait, who the fuck is this guy?
if we cannot embrace worlds outside our own? You were an angel from above. Always you will be my angel from above.
Wait, who is that dude? And then 5.
An angel.
No, Hunter. There were multiple books.
Your angel. An angel of death. The Denis Council knew it. They knew. force my own ideals on your world.
Who's Anna?
You would still be alive. You would still be alive.
Was Anna Gen's wife? Oh, Anna's Gen's mom. Okay, so then the European guy was his dad. And who's Keta?
A life full of magic,
Keta was Catherine, wasn't it?
full of books that bridged worlds, that lit up the darkness like
Oh, Keta was his wife. Okay. Thank you, Morts. Keta Naiku Catherine. Could have been a pet name.
the possibilities were endless.
No, not ketamine T3.
It's just us now. You'll never have the life you should have had.
Please do a less dramatic reading.
Somehow my love and compassion, it took that. I don't know how. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Again.
Are you reading off a script? Why are you looking over there? What the is this a giant hookah? Oh no, it's an instrument. Okay. Okay, I got an achievement for watching all of the memories. Missed is just a whole bunch of bad parenting. Ah, fair enough. Okay, what's outside? Why can I come out here? Do I want to be doing this right now? Oh, that's cool. He made a solar oven. Oh, what are these doing here? What the fuck? Oh. Huh. Okay. What the hell is that for? So Hunter, what is this game? This is Riven. It's a remake of Riven. And then there's this book here, which doesn't do anything. What are the two books? Hold on. Sorry, Riven, the sequel to Mist. My mistake. my bad. Okay, so we trapped him. So now we can go free Catherine. Let's go do that. Son of a bitch. Of course we would get to put back here. What? Duh. Okay, I'm just gonna make a new save here. Alright, we gotta go to Prison Island now. So yeah, what's this game called? This is called Riven. And was that one reading off a script? I mean, it is kind of hard to tell because the original game had used FMV. So we don't know if this is like a reinterpretation of what was previously shot. Well, I mean, People who play the original game could probably tell me, but... There you go. The hollows of his mom and dad were not in the original game. It was just Keta. Okay, then why was she looking off to the side? You're the only person in alive and you're happy? Well, I'm glad you're happy. Hunter. I'm glad you're happy. I wish there were more people in the live, but you know, that's just me. Okay, so what the hell is Prison Island? Prison Island is... Okay. The idea was, while she was recording it, instead of looking at the camera, she was looking at him. Oh, okay. I mean, I understand. Okay, I get it. Oh, what's this game based off of? Like I said, this game is a remake of another game called Riven, the sequel to Myst, which was, hold on to your butts, the sequel to a game called Myst. So they remade that game, and that's what this is. Okay, now where the hell is that stupid eyeball? I'm trying to find it. Okay, I think it's this way. Come on. Who's that one? That's survey. Yeah, no. Okay, not you. No. Yeah, there's only so much space on this goddamn orb. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay. There we go. Ugh, you have to go? Well, bye, Hunter. Enjoy your time. Doing whatever you're doing. Thanks for stopping by. So, Morris, are you willing to explain what that half-burned book was? It might have been explained in text and I just didn't grok it, but what was that book that I found? The one that was half-burned. Okay. What are my noises here? That's a snap. That's a trill. That's a ding. Okay. So, snap, trill, ding, snap. Go! Do I have to ring the bell? Ah, I had to ring the bell. So what's the button for? This is an extremely claustrophobic elevator. Holy moly. Don't hit me in the back of the head.
We have to move quickly. Gen's people may already know what's happening. Once we're back with the moiety, we'll have time to regroup. Can I see the book? captured Gen. We're all free.
Can we burn the book now?
But there's still his followers. I'm not sure what they'll do once they realize he's gone. I have to get the villagers to safety as soon as possible. And you go back to where you first arrived and reopen the fissure.
Okay.
I know it's risky, but it's the only way to signal Atris. I'll try to make it back there as soon as possible, but don't wait for me.
Okay.
Oh, and don't forget the combination in my journal. You'll need it.
Thanks for putting it in the language that I would be able to use. Goodbye. Oh, we're a vampire. They already explained what you have to do because some people didn't understand. Is that what she just did? I'm just curious about the 2 books that were in 233 there. There was the inoperable book on the table and the one in the fire. And I'm just curious what those are and if they're related to what I'm doing now, if that's just some other thing. Because one book didn't look like it worked at all, and the second book looked like it was a failure because he was burning it. One on the table is when he was trying to write. Okay. That tracks, yeah. So what was the other one? The one in the fire didn't have a secure link, hence fire. Okay. So those are just... Ah, fuck. Every time. Those are just for storytelling purposes. To prove his continued lack of comprehension. Right, this one is... I just missed it. What? There we go. So yeah, those books were just some visual storytelling. Or I guess environmental storytelling. My God, we're almost done. Which means if I finish tonight, we'll actually be able to go and start Disco Elysium tomorrow. Okay, where is... that one right there. Okay. Okay, so I'm down to the last puzzle now, right, Moritz? I'm not missing anything obvious. Now if the hurricane destroys your house, we're not getting hurricane. We're getting rain. We're not getting a hurricane. All right. I'm missing the small red fish that will solve everything. Cute. this is even where I want to go. Yes. I don't even know. Am I doing it bad? Am I doing it bad? Or it's certainly possible. Probably. It's suboptimal play. Yeah. Probably. Counterpoint. They made that stupid rotating room be a thing I have to traverse repeatedly. They didn't have to make it a thing I have to walk through forever, but they did. Okay, so here's this thing. Wait, she said don't wait for her. Should I actually go and check on her before I do this? Okay, hold on. Write down the numbers that I know here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hmm. 5 is that. 3, yeah. 6 is that. So this night helped you understand the story any better? I mean, yes. It has. To a degree. A lot of exposition required. Whoop. Okay. So, let's try and actually translate these numbers here. So, 10. Going for the ones I know for a start here. 5. Don't know the next one. I believe that's 2. 1. 1. 2. That same one that I don't know yet. Twice in a row. And then 5. So, that could be 4. Because top left, top right is 6. That's 6. That's 5. I think it's 4. Okay. I know what 4 is. Why do I know what 4 is? I think I know what 4 is. I solved the stone ring puzzle. But did I note down what the thing was? Of course I didn't. I didn't write down what the symbol for this was, Moritz, because I'm a fucking idiot. I thought about taking shots of all of them, and I didn't. But I'm pretty sure it's 4. I mean, it's gonna be 4. It's gonna be like 7. It's one of those two. It's right around the number 6. So like, or around number 5. So like, whatever. I guess my real question is, like, do I need to go and check on Catherine before I do this? She told me not to. I recognize that. But will that get me a bad ending? This is a complete spoiler question. Before I do this and get forced to watch credits, and have to do it again to get the good ending, you do not need to leave. Moritz, I don't... What does that mean? I'm sorry. I'm asking for a straight up spoiler. Should I solve this now, or should I check on her first? Your message is too ambiguous for me. Okay, so... Goddamn. Oh, there's not button. 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the biggest one? Don't... Hold on. When you say don't leave, do you mean don't activate this? Or leave my current position to go check on her? Oh, I can solve it, but not follow through with the next step. Ah, okay. There's also that. And then I believe that this will be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 5. You didn't say no, though, Moritz. That is kind of what I'm saying here. You didn't say no. You said you don't have to leave. But I'm trying to leave, and in the story of the game, I'm trying to leave. That's the part that I'm confused. Solve the puzzle. Okay. Oh my god. No, please not the whole way. Oh my god. No, that's too far. Stop. Excuse me? Is that not gonna lift that? Hang on. I'm very confused. Okay. Are you in? That's very precarious. Dislike the angle which I have to look at this. This seems not great. I swan to John. I feel like maybe I shouldn't be standing here anymore. I'm glad that the camera's locked so that I couldn't watch that get sucked in. It'd be so cool if I could actually look at all this destruction instead of staring at a wall. I don't know. It's not locked? Look at me move. Look at all the things I can do. I cannot look around.
Time. Where's Catherine?
My mouse is stuck.
I don't understand.
I can zoom in. It's a glitch. Yes. I can't believe I get to miss
Safely in the rebel age.
all of this.
As do I. You've accomplished more than I could have hoped for. You've given me back my life. The path home is now clear for all of us.
I wonder, hold on, maybe I can use the controller? Nope. Am I just stuck right now? Am I going to have to resolve that?
This is where our paths must part. Perhaps we'll meet again someday. You know where to find me. Goodbye, my friend.
I think the part I like the most is my little pointer dude stuck in the middle of the screen.
Now I understand. Endings and beginnings are within the fissure. That riven cleft of stars that access...
This is just like the intro to Mist, is it?
And though I'm unable to understand how, the very flow of stars that brought my mist book into worthy hands, I am sure served as a safe passage home for my friend.
You have no idea if that's true, man.
Riven has come to a
You just abandoned me into the void.
of Riven are free. And now I am at rest, understanding that in books and ages and life, the ending can never truly be written.
What part's not true? Like we are in this void now. There's no guarantee that I make it safe. Mind you, maybe there was important information that should have been shown to me there when the game was broken. Okay, well, here's the credits again. Man, what a time for that thing to break. God, what an excellent ending to this game. Ay ay ay. I'm half tempted to replay that just so I can actually see what was supposed to go on there. I don't even know how I broke it there. Legitimately, I don't know what I did. I guess maybe because I was still interacting with the lever to push up. Because I thought I had to keep holding it to actually make it lift the thing up. And I maybe didn't have to do that. I could have probably just pressed up and then it would have done the rest. I don't know. Still, I mean, that's Riven done. I don't know. How do I feel about this? I think this was a very good remake of the original game. Now, having not fully played through the original game, I can't really say that with a lot of authority. admittedly. But what I mean by that is they think they did an excellent job of making a modern version of that game while still maintaining the overall vibes of it, the visuals, like the music. Obviously, they reused all the voice acting that they ripped out of the original game. I think they did a very good job of bringing that game to now. I don't think it's perfect by any means, and that's not me just shitting on the original Riven. Like I kind of commented earlier, like the people models could have used work, and like there are a couple small glitches that we ran into or whatever. Like it's not a perfect game, but it's a good game. It is a good game. That being said, it does in many ways kind of demonstrate some of the frustrations that puzzle games had back in the day. And well, I shouldn't say problems. Maybe that's not the right word. I shouldn't be using problems. Some of the stylistic choices and like I guess expectations of your players have shifted a little bit. Because like the game is not easy. If you don't know what you're doing and you don't have a Morts to kind of poke you along in the right direction, like you can get really baffled on some of these puzzles. And in addition to that, it is a game that, how do I want to put this? It punishes you when you don't notice a detail. And I don't want to use punish in like a really crummy way here, but like as an example, Moritz, you stopped me at one point from leaving Survey Island without going and getting an additional detail because you knew I would have left and then eventually had to come all the way back, which would have been a whole trip, like a whole arduous like march back just to get that information that I had missed. I said I had been there. I had been there, yes, but I didn't have all the puzzle pieces to understand what was important there, if that makes sense. So this game, like, and Myst was, I do remember Myst being kind of the same way, is like, it's, the traversal in this game is awkward. By design, I'm sure, but it's not something you would necessarily see in puzzle games now, if that makes sense. Like I think in some ways more modern like puzzle games have become a little more lenient, especially for like traveling the map, because they've leaned. It plays completely fair, but it's designed so ungamey that it comes across as unfair. Yeah, I'm not calling the game unfair. I do want to clarify. I don't think Riven is an unfair game. But it can feel punishing when you miss something, right? Or you don't write it down, which is completely on me. Like it's there, but more modern games, shouldn't say most, many modern puzzle games, and even like adventure games, have made certain bits of that more forgiving. Especially like map traversal is something that is typically abstracted away in a lot of ways. And whilst they reworked this Riven to have the orbs that you can traverse as fast travel, even that is awkward. And it makes sense within the world itself, right? Like, I get they didn't want to just put a menu that just lets you fast travel places, and like you can get places faster, but you still have to earn it. I recognize why they went that route. I'm just a spoiled brat, and I wish that there was a faster way to get around to places. So like That I can totally own that about myself and still chafe at it, you know. And yet, what you're saying, Morris, they threw so much of the realism that it loses gameplay. Yeah, and like I do respect that decision, I do, but it is grating on a player, especially a new player. You don't think being a spoiled brat? It can be both. I can say I wish I could travel fat. I mean, the game is what it is. But yeah, it wish it was more fun to play. Yeah, like when you actually solve the puzzles in this game, you feel real smart. Like absolutely you do. But the getting to all the bits and pieces of any particular puzzle is just long, right? Like having to traverse through each island and all that crap. Like it is long. And it's probably my biggest hang up with this game because I think you could there is a world in which you could trim like half of the length, like playtime length of this game off by introducing a more modernized fast travel. That being said, if you did that, you would lose, I think, a lot of the world building charm of this game. So like, meh, you know, or it's me being a world building slut. I love so much of this because the realism is so great and rich, but I'll say a lot of it is painful. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like playing this game as a person who streams and wants to give you the content of the game at a reasonable pace, especially because like I have a perpetually long backlog. I chafe at things when it feels like you're burning my time, especially for aesthetic. It is a personal gripe of mine, and this game does that. This game is very deliberate with how long everything takes to do, be it going somewhere or activating machine or whatever. And again, it makes sense because they are trying to operate within, like they're setting up the rules of the game and they're playing with the physics of being like, well, yeah, if you're going to stop this big spinning orb, it's going to take a minute to stop. Yeah, bringing the machine over, it has to actually lower and lift the thing up. You know, like it all makes sense. And was a conscious decision. And it's something I personally chafed against. I don't want to call it bad, but it's like there, you know. There was one moment where I needed to reload a save or backtrack to find the marbles positions because it didn't take notes, but I saved game at the marble, so I just took notes from the save game image. Misses a series that outright tells you to stop and breathe. Yeah, so you're right. I was in many cases my own worst enemy playing this game. A lot of the reason it took me as long as even now to get to where I am was because I was not meticulous, and I knew going in it's a missed game. It is meticulous by nature. You know, I'm gonna hit quit. It is a meticulous game by nature. Right? Like that's how they work. I knew that, but I did not take proper notes, and I was punished for it. Well, anyway, I'm gonna say punished. I don't think that the game creators are like laughing at me for it, you know, but I walked into the game trying to treat this game like a more modern game that comes with all the time saving kind of stuff that comes with it. And it's not a game like that. It's a game that wants you to experience the world itself, you know, the atmosphere and like the complete over engineering of it, right? Because that is part of it. And like if you actually want to start to get into a kind of a meta analysis of it, all of that shit, all of it was effectively built by, again, a man who himself was jerking himself off to his own genius, right? All of his shit was over-engineered, ornate bullshittery, right? Like, he talks about how the Rivenese people couldn't see the elegant simplicity of the Denis blah 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 stuff. Meanwhile, motherfucker built a giant energy beam cannon to power a book, right? Because he insisted on forcing 5 into everything. Exactly. Yeah. So like, it is a very deliberate, and I can recognize that and appreciate, like, everything in Riven is over-engineered and simultaneously frustrating because of the guy who's been fucking with it the whole time, right? Like, there's a beautiful kind of poetry in the storytelling of that. So I don't want to ding the game for it, but it is something that I personally chafed against because I generally try and get through. Like, I want to get to the puzzles. I want to solve the puzzles. The puzzles are what I'm here for. And Riven insists itself upon you, you know, to take it all in. So, like I said, I have complicated feelings about it. It was a good game. I'm glad I played it. I'm glad I've beaten it. And at the same time, I was missing creature comforts that I've come to expect from newer games. Right? Like, and my feelings are having to reckon those two things. There are people who are like, there's no story when the story is literally everywhere. I think, well, tune in next week for Riven 2. No. We're going to be doing Disco Elysium, another game that has a gajillion lines of dialogue. The temple has a giant hollow cage flanked by works, but the offerings are to the works, not to Gen. Riven 2, the sequel to Riven. Well, see, that is actually one thing I wish the game had spaced out a little bit. This is a criticism I will level. Is the fact that the explicit storytelling that takes place in this, there's a lot of passive storytelling, or as you've pointed out, is in like 4 long frigging books. And the exposition is horribly paced. Yes, I wish that there had been more things to read that were smaller and strewn about more. I think that would have been way better. Like, if we had found, instead of finding Gen's one journal that had 50 pages in it, if I had found bits of his journal around, that even if they were out of order, right? And I found these papers and they had, oops, punching my microphone, had like the date stamps on them, and I had to kind of put them together so that I could get a chronology. I think I would have liked that more. And you only get the big Catherine again stuff after you solve a major puzzle. Yeah, like, that's my biggest legitimate storytelling gripe with this game, is that they fall onto a tell don't show with this really cool story across 4 novellas that you have to read, when it could have been interwoven into the game in some way. Hell, if you really wanted to how do I want to put this? If you wanted to allow me to absorb a lot of that information more organically, if they had done something like, admittedly, I acknowledge this game is from 1997, so this is explicitly just for the remake. And even then, they couldn't do it because they're not going to recast all the people and all that jazz. But if they had done like voice logs, like so many other games use, to give you the little bits and pieces of the world building, and I'm thinking of like, oh my god, what was that game? Why can't I think of any of the games? BioShock, and like BioShock 2, System Shock, oh my god, what was that one game I played that had, oh my god, the space one. or there's the mimics and all that. I'm completely blanking on the name, and I played the game Prey. Thank you, Jesus Christ, like Prey. Like in the newer version, they could have done something like that, which would have allowed me to take in these bits and pieces more organically. And personally, I would have retained the information better had I heard it. But like, yeah, that is my one legitimate gripe with the game, is the exposition and the chunks of story that they give you is done atrociously. It feels almost afterthoughty, which is a goddamn shame. It's a game made for a different time. You just can't slow down. Fortnite ruined my brain. It's true. Actually, no. The ever progressing march of time, Dancer. As I slowly realize I'm getting older and closer to death, so I gotta go fast. Is more what it is. That's literally what happened in Myst 3. So what? Well, hold on. The villain's journal is across all 3 ages. Yeah. See, that would be yeah. When you make connections between the whole things, it's amazing. You can straight up miss pages and it doesn't impact the game. I'm describing Myst 3. I mean, awesome. I'm good. I'm glad. I'm glad they learned from that. So, like, that's the only, like, one of 2 criticisms I can level at the game, right? So it's like, the exposition and the character models needed work. That's it. Otherwise, like, it's a solid game. It's a game of its time, and it's a game that it insists upon itself and insists upon you. So if you go into Riven and are willing to take your time and just take the game as it comes at you, I think you can actually really, really, really enjoy. But if you're like me and trying to get through it as fast as you think is reasonable, you will get spanked for it. Myst 3 wasn't made by Cyan. Oh, well. Either way, I'm glad somebody learned a lesson. Ugh. But hey, I did it. I only needed help some of the time. You always believe you hear your name if somebody says that. Oh, Cyan, fair enough. This man Presto who did the Journeyman project, a series of pretty good Myst likes. I've never heard of those. I'm learning so much. But there you go. Game is did. Looking forward to be playing Hotel Dusk. Yeah, first I have to make it go and get it and then play it. Maybe even play the sequel. Yeah, I did do it. I mean, and if Myst 3 or something gets a remake, maybe I'll play that. I don't know if I could do the click-through style for a game as big as Myst or Riven at this point in my life. But yeah, we're finally going to start Disco Elysium. We were supposed to start last week. Riven was admittedly a last-minute addition or injection into the schedule, because like I said, I applied for a key through Terminals.io, and I really didn't expect to get one. If I'm being honest, I applied kind of on a whim after I asked, the Discord was like, hey, does anybody want to see me play this? And I got a couple yeses, and that was good enough. So I applied, and then lo and behold, I actually got a key. So we shoved Riven into the schedule so that we could play that. But yeah, now we can finally go back to starting up Disco Elysium, which is actually Eno's suggested game, and somebody else voted it up too. I don't know who it was. But I don't know what to expect from Disco Elysium. I know it has a shitload of writing and like a gajillion branching choices, and I think we are mentally unwell or substance abusers or both, or I don't know. I know nothing. But I know it's a very narrative game where choices matter, and I think there's like a box in your brain that you can talk to voices or some shit. I don't know. Somehow that game has been out for a long time, and I have managed to avoid effectively all spoilers about it. It's okay, it's fully voice acted now. Oh, thank God. Oh, that's a relief. As much as I like doing narration, I was concerned about Disco Elysium, so it's good to know. I actually should double check, make sure. Which one do I have installed? I'm gonna check right now. And for the record, I'm missing 6 achievements. Update later. Search. I have Disco Elysium Final Cut, so I assume that's the goodest one. So yeah, we'll be starting Disco Elysium tomorrow. But yeah, Cian, I am actually looking forward to playing Hotel Dusk. I got stuck. Here's a fun fact. I got stuck in Hotel Dusk. Was Hotel Dusk? Yeah. On a puzzle where you had to flip 2 breakers simultaneously to turn the power on, because it was on a DS, which has a capacitive screen, and you can't throw 2 switches simultaneously, because how that one actually works, because it is a fucking capacitive screen. I learned this after the fact, because I didn't own Hotel Dusk. I like borrowed it off someone. Is you have to put your thumbs on both switches and throw it, and what it does is it actually it averages the distance between your 2 fingers and throws a secret switch in the middle, and it's complete bullshit. You have to follow a full-on walkthrough to solve that in the emulator. Is that how it works? Yeah, Moritz, that's how that works. So yeah, so the way the capacitive works, it can only take a single touch on the screen. So the idea is when you put your finger here and you put your finger here, it averages the distance and throws, you have to move them at the same time, and it throws a switch in the middle, and it's such bullshit. I mean, it's genius as a limitation, but bullshit. You managed to do it. Yeah, it's garbage. I got stuck on that puzzle because I knew exactly what I had to do, but I didn't understand how it worked. And anyways, doesn't matter. It's legit genius. It's infuriating. It is infuriating. I'm gonna sneeze those. It's genius, but infuriating. Let's just see what achievements I'm missing on this game. I know a couple of them. Oh, they're hidden. Never mind. I know I have to ponder the orb. I have to do a bad ending. I have to open the book. Before, like the start of the game kind of thing. What are the other endings, Morts? You said there were 10 endings to this game. I'm obviously not going to do that. So what are all the endings? There's open the book as soon as you get there, right? Like, just fuck it up. Get shot. Don't free Catherine and do the job. The good ending, which we got. Open the Starfisher without the trap book. Wait, are those actually different endings? If you open the Starfisher without, like, are those distinct endings? Really? Wow. Okay. So open the Starfisher without the trap book. Open it with the trap book. Open it with Gen trapped. Open it with Gen trapped and Catherine free. Use the trap book in Tay. Oh, interesting. So you get different endings if you use the trap book in Tay and if you use it in Riven? Really? Use the trap book with Gen in it in Tay. Oh, wow. That one's actually really good. Because I assume if you use it when he's already in, he gets kicked back out and then he's like, you are a dumbass. Get shot. Yeah, we got that one. Wow, that's actually a lot of endings. That's more endings than I would have thought. Good lord. Well, I'm not doing all those. So, anyways, that is going to do it for me tonight. So, first, I'm going to say goodbye to TikTok. So, goodbye, TikTok. I will be back tomorrow with the start of Disco Elysium Final Cut that I'm very excited about. So, come watch it or don't. 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Here. Goodbye. Jesus. 1,500 likes, 184 views. Yikes. And now, Twitch. Hold on, wait a minute. Of course, I forgot. Where is it? I have to do some fishing. And then after this, we are going to raid out to somebody. Let me find that person while we wait. Ooh, Cal's playing Pacific Drive. Alright, yeah, we're going to go say hi to Totally Cal. Scary hurricane noises outside your window. Let me be excited about the silly hurricane. Dancer, enjoy what you enjoy. Oh no, Totally Cal, don't tell me you're ending. The endings are different if you've met Gen before. Interesting. Okay, what did I catch? So, I got a rare bean. I got a coffee cup. Another rare bean. So meat gen, then use trap is different than if you use trap without meat gen. Interesting. Alright, last line. Oh wow, and the rarest bean. Wow. Okay, I think Cal might be ending off here. But I'm going to set it up anyways. So, we are going to go right into Cal, who I think is going to raid elsewhere. And that's going to do it for me tonight. So, like I said, tomorrow, Disco Elysium, we're going to start that. So, as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, be kind, try your best out there, stay fresh cheese bags. Bye-bye.